Hello Libra, thank you very much for tuning into your general read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan. For supportive oracle cards, Wisdom of the House of Night, and the back here is who created them if you'd like them. But if you look up Wisdom of the House of Night oracle cards online, you should easily find them. Libra, okay. What do we got for Libra? Okay, this is going to be fun. This drags this way. Okay. Okay, this is... something's like slanting on in here. Face down. Okay. So this energy, like, okay, so what you're getting involved with here, or are you involved with it, or have you been involved with it? I feel like for most of you, you've been involved with something, but it's going into a new era, a new level, a new aspect. Something is new about this. So, if, for example, if it's a work situation, you're either getting involved in a new unit or a new procedure, something like that. If it's more personal, like family or friends, it's people you're used to, but you're doing a new activity, something like that. Okay, so when I'm seeing this come in, I got the Ten of Cups. The people you're involved with, you seem to be good with. Or at least enough of them, you're good with them, enough of them so that it's comfortable. You're like, yeah, this is old hat. I know how to navigate these waters. I know how to handle things. It's good. You seem to be happy. Like, all right, you know how to get along. I'm not saying you get along with everybody, but you know how to work around people if you don't see eye to eye with them. So the overall situation, it's good. I don't know, there's something about that. I don't feel like it's all Ten of Cups right there. I feel like your attitude and how you handle it makes it a Ten of Cups situation where, yeah, there's people with attitudes and people don't like me and they don't like each other some, but you work it through so that people get along and they don't go at each other's throats. It seems to be okay. I'm getting that Ten of Cups, though. It feels more like you make it the Ten of Cups because you work it a certain way to keep everybody getting along. Okay. I don't want to beat that up too much, but the fledgling is coming in, and I feel like this is a lot about this new aspect. And you're very excited about what you're getting involved with. The thing is with the fledgling, they like to know more than they do, in the sense of like it's trying to learn a lot at a quick speed. But the thing is, some of this stuff is pass and fail through experience, like cooking, I guess you would say. Sometimes you got to do it. Sometimes you got to make a few things before you really get the technique down. You may read it out of a book and completely understand it, even watching a video even. You may completely understand it. But when you actually make your hands do it yourself and put things together, you might learn some new things. Like maybe it's the quality of the ingredients that makes a big difference here, not just how you move things around, all the other good stuff. So I'm getting like book smarts, you got it down. You see what it is. You're getting as much information, you're gathering as much information as you can. Application is just taking a minute to get used to things. It's just the normal way of things. And I feel like even if you're a person that usually like you get it book smart and you can make it work, this is still one of those situations where I'm getting like, even though maybe usually you can read up on it and be ahead of the game and be right on it, and this one is still going to be a bit of pass and fail, error and learn type feel. Which I don't see that daunting you. I do feel like there's a couple setbacks that you're not expecting, but you're like, well, all right, keep going, and you don't dwell on it. You just keep one foot in front of the other. You seem to be okay. And things go pretty quick, and I feel like that's another aspect here. They got the Eight of Wands here popping in. One of the reasons where this may be a little different than normal, even if you're one of those people that you can read ahead, see how this is supposed to be done, get all your ducks in a row, and do it pretty well the first time round, because of the speed especially, you're not having a moment to really think things out and really remember. So there's going to be little pitfalls. There's going to be little errors. I don't see you getting upset about it. I don't see you having time to get upset about it, quite frankly. You just keep going one foot in front of the other. You get it together. You make it work out. It'll be fine. Okay, so now this one is pulling into the environment. This is all the environment. This is not you. This is the environment. And this is all coming in a slanted way. And this is coming in quickly. This is happening fast, and it just seems like it's kind of just on autopilot. It's not really like you can choose the rate at which things are going is just, it's just flying along. It's like slipping down an icy hill. It's just, once you start slipping, it's just, well, good luck. Pretty much. Just here you go. Woo! There you go. Nothing to hold on to, too slick, and you just gotta ride it out and be like, oh my god, I hope I don't get killed. Not that you are, because it's fine, but it's just kind of like you can't do anything to slow it up. That's the thing. The Trapped card here, the Eight of Swords, all in the environment. All in the environment. Somebody else, maybe more than one person, just feels like things have to go fast. Things got to go quicker. Things got to be learned quicker. Got to keep going. Got to go faster. I'm getting this has a lot to do with the rate at things are happening. People are feeling pressure as if when you're getting involved, you're not behind. You're involved at the right time, but people feel like this has been behind for a little while. Even before you got involved, people feel like things have been behind or behind schedule or not going as fast as necessary, missing opportunities, things like that. And there's a lot of like pressure, a lot of speed. Like, we got to get up to par, we got to get this going, we got to go, we got to do. This is all around you. And I feel like you're just kind of rolling with it best you can. This is another reason you're kind of like, whoop, mistake, got to keep going, can't stop and think about it. You're also kind of a little bit realistic about this. Like, other people are rushing me and I don't know what I'm doing. I can't expect to do this right the first time. Like, not if you're going to rush me like this. That's not right. You can't expect anybody else. And there's other people around you doing the same type of mistakes. And you're just like, you know what, we'll do our best. But if you're insistent on this pace, this is how it's going to be. I don't see you really conveying that to like whoever's causing the pace, but I feel like you're supporting others around you. Like, don't get upset. We're all going way too fast. Just do your best. Just keep one foot in front of the other. Don't get upset about it. So it's really fast going this, really, really fast. And you seem to be stabilizing it for other people. These other people around you, you're also helping those, especially the ones that you don't get along with, I find. It seems like they're getting some encouragement from you, and the fact that you don't really get along, and they know you and them don't really get along, the fact that you're giving them encouragement means all the more, because they're not thinking you would say anything like this if you didn't mean it, so they very much appreciate it. It's like, I don't know, it's almost like politics makes strange bedfellows. Is that what that saying is? Because I feel like that's what it is. You're encouraging other people. You're encouraging people to keep going and that things aren't that bad and they're doing well. And you're encouraging people by telling them they're doing better than they think. The situation is just very rough. And you're encouraging some people that you really don't get along with. And they don't get along with you either. But the fact that you're the one encouraging them, they're like, you wouldn't say it if you didn't mean it. If it wasn't true, you wouldn't say it because they think you don't really like them. In truth, it might be more like you need to get along with them and you're afraid that if they get out of control or they get really upset, it could get worse. So you're trying to keep them on the positive level. You're trying to keep them upbeat so that things don't get any worse than they already are. So you're just trying to help them keep level so it's one less thing you have to deal with later. I mean, you do mean what you're saying, but that's one of the reasons you're going towards them. To like, well, we don't need that to be a problem. Let me make sure I build them up some. The speed is really like, I feel like I gotta try to slow down here. Do I have hematite over here? I got a hematite heart. I can do that. Okay. Now, the Hanged Man is coming in. How perfect for the hematite. The hematite heart at that I picked up. This is what's coming in next. I feel like it's hard to get a hold of this situation. The speed is becoming more of a problem. And I'm getting the catch-22 come in with the Hanged Man in the sense of like, things need to be up to par, and things need to be up to level, but the speed at which they're going, they're not getting up there correctly. And it's a catch-22. It's just like, the faster you go, the worse it gets. And also, like, but if you slow down, the farther behind you get. So it's like, so I feel like this is hard, and I feel like you have to start talking to the right people, whatever that means, people who can make a difference, and explaining to them, you know what, if we go at breakneck speeds and we got to redo 70% of this, you know what I mean, we're doing like 100, there's so much extra we have to do, all the extra that we do, we're just redoing, it's taking us longer because of all the errors, because we have to go back and fix the errors. But if we slow down and we get 70 to 80% correct, that's that much less we have to go back and fix. And in the long run, we actually get farther ahead because what we've done, we get to bank and keep. not have to keep going back and constantly going back and fix things, because it takes longer to fix something than just to do it right the first time. And I feel like you have to diplomatically talk this out. It takes you a few times. The people you're dealing with, not really responsive. They got the Two of Swords. They're like, no, we got to go fast. We got to get this done. We got to get it up. It'll come together in its own time. And I feel like you're like, it's not. It's not. Because we don't have time to figure out what we did wrong. We just know we had to fix it, but we fix it, but we don't understand why we had to fix it. So it's not making sense. It's not sinking in like what we're doing. It's hard. Something we do right one time might not be right for the next time, and we don't understand why it's right now and not right later. We don't understand the differences because we don't have the training behind us. We need time to really understand what we're doing and why we can do it this way sometimes and we have to do it the other way some other times. We need this to slow down. So, it takes a lot of talking. I know Libra is an air sign, and I know if you need to, you can do it. I get that. Especially, and I know I've said this, I say this every time I do a Libra video, I swear to God, the balance. For the balance, like, you won't let something go by you just because somebody doesn't want to give in. You'll find it, you'll keep going different roads. You'll find a different way. Well, they're not they're not listening to me this way. Let me go around this way. Oh, they're not listening to me over here. Let me go, nope. Okay, all right, let me walk around, wait a minute, come in this way. I'm going to try that. Like, I feel like Libra is very good at that. They're like, all right, this isn't working. Let me back off. Let me find a different angle. All right, I'll try that. That didn't work. All right, let me think. And, like, I do feel like Libra has the stamina. Kind of like, this isn't balanced. This has to be fixed, especially when you're directly a part of it or it's affecting somebody you love. It'll just keep coming at you. You're just like, all right, I'll give this more lip service. I'll find another way. I'm not saying you're going to like it, but I'm saying you can. I get that. Now, this is better. This is better because this is them. This is them, by the way. I don't know if I said this. This is the Queen of Pentacles. You're having a real hard time convincing this person, people. If it's people or person, whatever it is, you're having a hard time convincing them. They're very stick in the mud about the whole situation, but you're like, all right. And your attitude with the stick in the mud is, well, yeah, stick in the mud might be hard to get out, but if you wiggle it this way, and you wiggle it that way, and you just wiggle it this way, and you wiggle it that way, and you turn it around a couple times, and you go a little bit the other way, you're like, sooner or later, I'm getting that stick out of the mud. And that's your attitude. Like, I'll find a way. I'll find different angles. I will loosen this up. I will make it happen. Because you are making this person or people look at what you're saying. They seem to be looking at the details is what I'm getting. They're trying to negate you out. They're trying to, like, shut you down. Leave us alone. I said fast, and that's that. But you're like, all right, well, let me go around this other way. Well, let me go that way. They're realizing that you're constantly going at them for a reason, and they're looking at the details. And it's like you might come forward a couple times with, like, you know, the rework is taking longer than just doing it right the first time, and you're giving them food for thought, and they are researching what you're saying. They're not letting you know they are, because they wanna kind of, like, you know, take the wind out of your sails and get you to stop asking or stop trying to change things. But they are listening. They just don't want you to know they're listening. And it is making an effect, which might be monotonous in itself, granted. But finally, and there's a little bit of a break here, so finally might be a while. It might take a little bit. You do have some effect. Not a total win. But there seems to be a pause. A slight pause. Where they're like, all right, let's think about this. And I feel like somebody is talking with you and kind of going, well, I don't think I'm sold about everything changing like this and everything's slowing down. I don't know about that. But maybe, for example, if you have 5 people doing this job and they're all going at breakneck speeds, maybe they're like, well, maybe 1, possibly 2, we'll have them slow down and we'll keep the other 3 at the same pace. And when we get those 2 up to par, or one or 2, when we get those 2 up to par and they know what they're doing and they can do it right the first time, then we'll bring them back up to the normal speed everybody else is at, and then we'll take one or two others and we'll do the same thing. Maybe we'll do that. It's kind of like a negotiation thing, but it's kind of like, instead of everybody slowing down, maybe we can do one or two and see how, and then they give them the training they need and just see how that goes. Just see if it actually pans out the way we need it to pan out. So there's like a pause here. There's kind of a slight break, and I'm getting the Four of Wands on your side, and I'm like, when I feel your energy, you're jumping at this. You're like, all right, I would suggest so and so, this person, that. Like, you're taking a quick advantage of this because it's you need to, and you're saying this person or that person. You're giving your 2 cents on who you think should be the one, if that's how this is playing out, or it could just to be fair, you could be volunteering yourself, like, yeah, let me be the one that slows down and I'll learn it correctly, and then I can teach it to other people as we go forward, so at least I can help other people and explain to them when things pop up, why we do it this way sometimes, why we do it that way sometimes. You're trying to get as much, like, either you're trying to get yourself in that position so you know what's going on so you can help other people learn, or you're suggesting somebody who's very sharp and very quick, and you think they'll catch on the quickest and be able to help the most other people around them afterwards. So you're moving quick, and they're saying that's a good thing. You're seeing the opportunity, throw out your 2 cents, like, this is who I think should, either volunteering yourself and or other people that you think would capitalize on this the most. It's a quick movement, and like, this whole thing is quick. So what they're also saying here is, like, think about that when you're starting, like, the thought, like, we need to slow down. If it's only a few people that can do this at a time, get in your mind, like, who you think those few people should be that could make this the best for everybody. Because the way this turns out is a face down card, which I'm going to flip over right now. Oh. It's the reminder. It's the don't forget. Now, this moment where you either volunteer yourself or someone else, other people, whatever, to learn as much as possible and to spread it out among other people, because I feel like that's where your thought's going to go. All right, hopefully because you're like, hopefully it works out this way where a couple people slow down and then they come up to par and then a couple more do, and then they come up to par and then a couple more do. Hopefully it works out that way, but you're smarter than that. You know better. I'm already getting, if this is hitting with you, you know better. What could happen is 2 people get to slow down, they come up to par, and then that's it. And nothing else happens from that. They don't allow anybody else to slow down. You know better. I'm getting right off the bat, if this is hitting with you, you know better. That things change. So this has to be as impactful as possible the first time around. And they're saying, realize that, because you know how you've gone through something like this before, probably a few times is what I'm getting. What sounds like it's going to happen doesn't mean that's what's going to happen. Capitalize the best you can. Even though they're saying, if they might come forward like, all right, we'll do 2 now, we'll bring them up to par, we'll do 2 later, we'll bring them up to par, we'll do 2 after that, we'll bring them up to par. Look at it differently. Look at it as if it's just going to happen one time, and you need it to be as strong as effective as possible. They're saying, look at it that way. Whether it's right or wrong, you will benefit greatly from it. And they're saying, you've been through these things before, you know better. You're going to have that inkling saying, okay, it sounds like a nice plan, but I know how things work out. Because if you plan this correctly and get the right people in there in the beginning, the strongest ones you think will capitalize and share it the most, whatever that means in your situation, you'll be thankful. You'll be happy. Things will be okay. Even if it happens only once, it'll work out in a way that you'll be okay and everybody will be able to stay afloat. And I think we're there. I kind of like the way this works out, because if you're coming to this reading for the reason I think you are, they're saying be sharp, be ready. When you start talking about what you need to happen, think about the strongest people, think about other different possibilities of how this could work out, like the pieces at a time. Because if you're ready, if you already have this sorted out in your head, this won't be that bad. It'll go a lot smoother, it'll move forward a lot quicker. These people are very much about the quick decision. So if you're ready with a quick answer, it's going to go better for you. I'm going to stop now. I feel like I'm in a race car. Like, I really feel, Like sometimes I get this when I do readings for the fire signs, but like this one is flying right along. Are we good? All right. I'm going to wrap this up here. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com, james the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.